Amid the ongoing war between Israel and Hamas, Iran's Foreign Minister Hossein Amir-Abdollahian on Thursday warned that if Israel's ongoing retaliation against Hamas doesn't end, then the United States will not be spared from this fire. Speaking at the meeting of the 193-member General Assembly on the Middle East United, he said, "I say frankly to the American statesmen who are now managing the genocide in Palestine that we do not welcome the expansion of the war in the region. But if the genocide in Gaza continues, they will not be spared from this fire." In response to an October 7th attack that resulted in numerous casualties and hostages, Israel has pledged to take strong measures against Hamas, the ruling authority in Gaza. These measures include airstrikes, an imposed siege, and preparations for a potential ground invasion. Palestinian authorities claim that the death toll exceeds 7,000. Hamas has communicated its readiness to release civilian hostages to Iran, emphasizing the importance of international efforts to secure the release of around 6,000 Palestinians held in Israeli prisons. Iran, along with Qatar and Turkey, stands prepared to contribute to this critical humanitarian initiative. To delve into this matter, we need to understand the sequence of events that led up to this warning. Let's rewind the clock and trace the sequence of events that has led us to this point. Our story begins in 2015, with the signing of the nuclear pact between Iran and the United States. This was a landmark deal aimed at curbing Iran's nuclear program, and in return, the United States would lift economic sanctions that had been imposed on Iran. However, come 2018, the United States, under the administration of then-President Donald Trump, made the decision to exit this pact. The reason cited for this move was concerns over Iran's ballistic missile program and its support for terrorist groups. This exit was not without consequences. In response, Iran decided to limit the international monitoring of its nuclear sites, effectively moving away from the accord. Iran's Foreign Minister Mohammad Javad Zarif was insistent that the United States must lift the sanctions before talks of reviving the pact could begin. The year 2021 brought a change in the United States administration, with President Joe Biden at the helm. The Biden administration extended an offer to meet with Iran and other world powers involved in negotiating the agreement, signaling a possible return to diplomacy. However, Iran remained silent, not responding to this offer. Furthermore, Iran's parliament passed a law to suspend part of International Atomic Energy Agency inspections if European signatories did not provide relief from sanctions by a set deadline. Meanwhile, the United States remained steadfast in its stance, unwilling to lift sanctions as a first step, despite the offer of renewed diplomacy. The head of the United Nations nuclear watchdog noted that inspectors would have less access to Iran's nuclear sites, but the agency would still be able to monitor the country's atomic program. With this backdrop, the warning from Iran's foreign minister becomes even more significant. With the stage set, we come to the warning from Iran's foreign minister. In a statement that sent ripples around the globe, Iran's foreign minister, Hossein Amir-Abdollahian, issued a stern warning to the United States. His words were chillingly direct. If Israel's ongoing retaliation against Hamas doesn't end, the United States will not be spared from this fire. This warning carries significant weight, and it's not difficult to discern the possible implications. The statement suggests that Iran could potentially retaliate against the United States if Israel's actions do not cease. It's a drastic escalation that could see the United States drawn into a conflict, a possibility that is not only alarming but also fraught with uncertainty. The impact of such a scenario on US-Iran relations, already strained due to disagreements over the 2015 nuclear pact, would be considerable. The United States' withdrawal from the pact in 2018 and Iran's subsequent response has driven a wedge between the two nations. If the United States were to be drawn into a conflict, it could further exacerbate these tensions, potentially to a point of no return. However, it's crucial to remember that the scales of diplomacy are delicate, and a single statement does not necessarily translate into immediate action. It does, however, underline the urgency for dialogue and negotiation in order to prevent a catastrophic escalation. The future of US-Iran relations hangs in the balance, and the world watches with bated breath.